Hello everybody and welcome back to another editing tutorial. Are you guys tired of trying to get your black and white images to a professional level of editing but just can't seem to get there? Well, maybe I can help you reach that level if you follow my simple editing process. All you need to do is stay with me to the end of this tutorial, and I'm sure you'll reach that pro level in no time. I'll be showing you a small clip of the image we'll be taking, and then we'll head back home and start the editing process. So I'll see you all back in the studio. Hi there everyone, today I'm taking some long exposure shots of this amazing view in front of me. Incredible cloud coverage. And I'll be editing them when I get back home to Malta. Well, we're back in the studio and I'll be editing this image in Adobe Camera Raw. You can use Lightroom, it's just the same software, and all the sliders and settings and masking are all the same also. So the first thing I'll be doing is I'll be changing the profile to Adobe Landscape so we get more color in the image. Then I'll be using the exposure panel. I'm going to reduce the highlights all the way down, increase a touch of shadows, increase the whites until I see clippings on the histogram. And I'll do the same for the blacks. All you viewers who see my other editing process know what I'm doing, and this is for all those newcomers. My aim here is to boost the vibrance and saturation, increase all the colors before turning it into black and white. I'm going to go down to the calibration, blue primary, and increase the saturation. I think I'm going to go all the way up. You can see the colors are all exaggerated, the saturation and the vibrance, and that's what we want before turning it into black and white. You'll see why once we turn it into black and white and bring it back again from Photoshop into Adobe Camera Raw or Lightroom. We'll be turning this image to black and white in Photoshop. It's an easy process, so don't stop the video because you're shy of Photoshop. Just follow along, and this process is very simple. Next, I'm going to head over to the effects panel, increase some texture to around 25, some clarity to around there, and some dehaze also to about there. I'm going to go back to the exposure panel and I'm going to increase the shadows or blacks, since we have clippings on the blacks here on the shadows. Hover over it and it will show which clippings you have, and just increase until the clippings have disappeared. What I'm going to do, I'm going to increase just a bit more exposure. That should be okay. I'm going to head down to the detail. And I'm going to increase the sharpening to around 50. Reduce the radius and increase the detail to around there. I hold down the masking slider, press the Alt key, and you'll only sharpen the whiter parts of the image to around there. So now we're ready from the adjustments and the global adjustments in Adobe Camera Raw or Lightroom, and we'll be opening up in Photoshop. Well, we're here in Photoshop now, and I'm going to show you a very effective way of turning your images, color images, into black and white. Instead of using the black and white button in Adobe Camera Raw or Lightroom, you'll see the amazing difference, and you'll get a much better black and white image. Go down to the adjustments layer and click on black and white. We're in black and white now. You can play around with the sliders if you wish, or just press auto, which I'll be doing. Close this one. We're not ready. We go back down to the adjustments layer and we click on the gradient map. And here it's gone to a much darker image. All we need to do, click on the drop down window and press classic. And there we have a much better black and white image, and it's more natural looking. I'm going to press on this gradient map, click on it, because I want to increase the whites a bit where we have the darker parts of the image. Just move this slider to the left and you will see the whiter parts getting much more brighter. Click OK. Close here. Now I'm going to flatten the image by pressing on these 3 or 4 lines and just press flatten. And here we're going to take it back to Adobe Camera Raw, or if you're using Lightroom, to Lightroom. Go on filter on the top left for Adobe Camera Raw users and press Camera Raw filter. And here we're back in Adobe Camera Raw. So the next thing we're going to do, go again to the exposure panel, and I'm going to play around with these until the image comes to how I like it. I'm going to reduce the highlights. You can see how much more detail we have here in the sky. I'm going to increase a touch of shadows. And now we're ready from the exposure panel. Now comes the best part of turning your images into a much better black and white image. And we're going to do that by using some masking. Go to the masking tools, and here I'm going to use the linear gradient, and we're going to place it over the sky, and we're going to move it down until we touch the top of the trees. And here, since we're touching the top of the trees, I'm going to intersect the mask by clicking on these 3 dots here, and I'm going to do intersect mask with select sky. And now the mask will be removed from the top of the trees. Do not use select sky only. Use the linear gradient, as I want a gradient from the top and working it way down as a gradient. If you use sky mask, you won't get that gradient that I wish, since I'll be using the exposure slider and I'll be reducing it. Going down to somewhere there. I'm going to again use a linear gradient, and I'm going to place it over the sky, but now just over the top part. And again, I'm going to reduce the exposure to around there. I'm going to use another linear gradient for the foreground. And here I'll be just using one linear gradient for the foreground to around there. Next, I'm going to be using a radial gradient, and here I'll be placing it above the top of the trees. And we're just going to cover the top part. And I'm going to increase the exposure to around there. I'm going to open it up just a bit more. That should be okay. And I'm going to use another radial gradient for this other part of the trees. Just the top part. And increase the exposure to around there. I'll open it up a bit more. And that should be okay. I'm going to use another radial gradient. And I'm going to place it over this white part, which I'm guessing is sand. To around there. Make sure your featherings is up to 100. And I'm going to increase the exposure here also. That's ready. I'm going to use another radial gradient, and I'm going to place it over this whiter part of the image. Like this, we're doing dodging and burning. They used to do this in the olden days when they would be using film. They used to do it in the dark room, just like I'm doing now, dodging and burning. And I'm going to increase the exposure. I'm going to use another radial gradient, and I'm going to place it over this whiter part on the river. And open it up. Increase the exposure. Don't go too far, don't over exaggerate the masking. I'm going to place another radial gradient over here. And I'm going to increase the exposure again. I'm going to head out of the masking for a bit. Take a look at your image. And I'm going to go back to the masking and use another radial gradient for here. And I'm going to increase the exposure just a bit. Open it up a bit. Next. Next, I'm going to go down to the luminance range. This is a fantastic tool for masking, and I'm going to place it on one of these brighter parts of the sky, somewhere here. And there we have the brighter parts of the sky and a bit of here in the river. And here I'm just going to increase a touch of exposure. To around 45. That should be okay. Now I'll be doing another radial gradient, and I'll be placing it in the middle of the image to around there. And I'll be doing a vignette. Don't forget to invert it, your vignette. And I'm going to reduce the exposure to around there. Now I'm going to step out of the masking. I'm going to reduce the image size. And now I'm going to go down to the curve tool. And I'm going to click on this wave. I don't know what it is really. It's a parametric curve. And here I'm going to increase the highlights. All the way up. And I'm going to increase a bit of lights. To about there. Always subtle movements. This I increased it to 100 because we don't have much highlights. You can see it in the image there. And I've gone to 100 because we don't have any clippings on the histogram. Well, I think that's enough for the image. This is the final image, and I'll be showing you the before and the after. I'm going to press the P on the keyboard for preview, and that's the before, all the masking, and that's after. And like this you get a really fantastic image which you can transform your old black and white images that were flat and dull into something amazing. Again, before and after, and there we have it. It was a very simple process. Follow my instructions and everything, and you'll get the hang of it. And you won't be using any other editing method, just this one. Well, thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of the video. And I hope you achieve the same results that I do. I'll be showing the final image at the end of the video. And make sure to hit the subscribe button and give me a like. Thank you, and I'll see you in another video.